What's a very common thing that you just can't relate to? Best thing about 2020 for me is that we didn't have a £25,000 wedding, but instead had a £500 wedding with just us and our parents. I'm stressing just at the prospect of being a child, and knowing if something happens to me in the house I can't just scream for help. Running a brush through my hair. I have very curly hair, so only finger brush it when it's wet, which isn't often. Seeing people grab a brush and run it through their hair when they've been in the wind or just to freshen up. I wish. I kind of miss the random chit-chat and minor socialization here and there that came from being in an office. I'm one of the least social people out there, but still need some of it from time to time. Being cooped up at home has been a drag. I started a new job about 4 months ago and have never met any of these people in person. I never doubted that I'd live long enough to see adulthood, but I've never had any ambition or dreams or aspirations. I know people who knew what they wanted at the age of 14 and got there. I've tried forcing it or faking it to help affect change to no avail. It's frustrating as hell and feeds my mental health issues or causes them. Sharing your whole, intimate life on Facebook / TikTok / Instagram / etc. It's just gross. A co-worker of mine posts no less than 3 hours worth of video onto his Snapchat daily. Every single meal he cooks and eats, every single time he feeds his turtles, every single walk he takes with his dog. It's insanity. Restaurants that force their staff to act, sing, or engage in fake banter. Just make my food please and leave the theater to the thespians. People taking out loans for their wedding expenses. One of the #1 reasons people get a divorce is money. No better way to start off your marriage than in debt, I guess. People who think being an asshole is funny, I think, just crave any attention they can get. I have an uncle who's an asshole on the outside, but deep down is really caring, but to me it just seems like he never learned how to express his emotions and feels he's protecting himself by being an ass. The requirement of drama. I've met so many people who are always in the midst of some drama and then, when lacking in it, create it for themselves. They thrive off it. I mean, at a push I can understand it to an extent. It gives their lives meaning possibly, but then they try and drag people like myself into their drama. I think not. As a former drama queen, I can say that I didn't want the drama, but unfortunately, I was perceiving everything around me as being dramatic, and most often than not, as being a sort of attack on me. And since my mechanism to regulate my emotions was flawed, I was getting very worked up and caught up in emotional storms where I was lashing out, plotting revenge, and so on. So embarrassing to look back at it all now. People who feel the need to post nasty, negative comments on others' posts on social media. Don't like it? Scroll past, unfollow, unsubscribe. The world has enough negativity without it. Speakerphone in public. I barely even want to take a normal call anywhere in public with a whispered tone, sneaking booze out of your parents' liquor cabinet. I hear stories about teens doing that, and there was plenty of access in my house, but I never touched it. I think the more open your parents were about not getting mad if you had a drink, the less you want to. My parents were the same way. They always said if you want to try some just let us know, and I never really did. Internet couples that play awful pranks on each other. Like, yup, how nice it is to be cruel to one another, many love. Gender reveal party. I can't understand the ones where one of the parents is visibly upset. Can you imagine watching your gender reveal party video later in life and seeing your dad actually get angry that you're a girl? Always makes me cringe. Loving and wanting to spend time with your family. Had a terrible awful childhood. As an adult, just lots of toxic interactions whenever anyone from my family got involved in my life, so all cut off. When I see people posting about their family and how much they love them, I just don't understand it. I don't understand my fiancé missing his mom, etc. I know I'm the anomaly, but just can't relate in any way. I understand when people love their family, but for me it's people who hate their family and still talk to them. Read it on here all the time. My parents demanded I name my child something, or they'll disown me, or my family spent all my inheritance and said tough luck. Why even have these people in your life? Family are not people who abuse and disrespect you. Don't deserve your mental and emotional energy. Yet people continue to subjugate themselves to them, and I will never understand it. Because there is such strong social stigma against separating from your family, even at adulthood. I feel like a hateful, awful person because I find my mom a burden. People who don't get it. Additionally, it would ruin relationships with my siblings, as their response to the trauma is to seek out drama and take care of our mom as though she were their child. Watching streamers. I don't really enjoy watching other people play games for long stretches of time. I also don't really like watching sports either. I guess I just don't feel the same excitement some people do for this stuff. That trope where the husband is a useless piece of lazy shit who couldn't possibly feed himself or care for the kids and house without your divine feminine guidance. It used to make me feel bad, like, am I supposed to be running this shit by myself while my man just lies on the couch after work? But then I realized, no, it's the trope that's shitty. It's everywhere though, and women think it's somehow cute or empowering to perpetuate it. Breaking a bone. Never broke a bone in my life. Until my birthday a couple of weeks ago. I walked out of the bathroom to fast and stumped my toe. Hurt a lot, like usual, and I looked down and my toe is going in the opposite direction. Thought it was dislocated, so my husband, who played football and was in track and the wrestling team, said, "Let me pull it straight." I let him. Now about a month later I'm starting to think it's broken, and I'm going to get arthritis in my toe in about 10 years LMAO. Hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Make sure to hit the bell icon, and don't forget to share.